A life and death struggle underground, reported breathlessly by a national media circus. A tragic miscommunication and death. It's not the Sago mine story. This tragedy happened in 1925 near Mammoth Cave, Kentucky. A Miami Valley man told the story in his book, Trapped, and now Hollywood has come calling. Academy Award winner Billy Bob Thornton has a new passion: to direct and star in a movie about this man, Kentucky cave explorer Floyd Collins. Collins entered Sand Cave on January 30th, 1925, and never saw daylight again.
This begins the story of this terrific media event and rescue attempt that went on and occupied the front pages of papers all across the country for a period of 2 weeks.
To understand better what happened to Collins, Beaver Creek author Roger Brucker explored the now off-limits Sand Cave in 1977 and then co-authored the book Trapped, the story of Floyd Collins.
It was unstable and very, very scary. I've never been in a scarier cave in my life than Sand Cave, where Floyd was trapped.
Brucker learned that Sand Cave was an unstable mass of broken-down rock, and the passage that Collins crawled through that day was a wormhole. A rock shifted, trapping Collins' left ankle.
The more he struggled to pull this foot out, the more rocks came down around him, packing him in.
It was 24 hours before family and friends began searching for Collins, and not much later before the press arrived. That included a reporter from the Louisville Courier-Journal named Skeets Miller, who was brave enough and small enough to crawl 50 feet below the earth to interview Collins. That meeting was reenacted in this 1999 docudrama.
And instead of like face-to-face, he's literally upside down?
That's right, and this made the working conditions just terrible. I don't know how you'd do an interview in that position.
But for the next 2 weeks, Miller continued to interview Collins, agonizing with him as the rescue efforts became more hopeless, and telling his Pulitzer Prize-winning story to the world.
But he was so effective at communicating the emotional tenor of the conflict that it captured the imagination of everybody and shot it to the #1 story all over the country.
In fact, the Floyd Collins story became the first great media spectacle of the 20th century. The new technologies of wire photos and radio broadcasting were just emerging. Daily newspapers competed fiercely, and with that hunger for breaking news came errors. Several times, rumors circulated that Floyd had been rescued. A collapse cut off the tunnel that Skeets had used to reach Floyd. When rescuers finally dug a shaft 17 days after Floyd became trapped, they found him dead.
Once we had been in the cave and surveyed it and knew the situation, it was clear to us that some of these people were telling the truth, some of them were just flat lying, and some were exaggerating.
81 years later, the story is still powerful, perfect for Hollywood, and somehow remains as fresh as the recent Sago mine collapse. The same drama, the same curiosity, the same blunders.
If this were to occur today, I'm not sure that cavers could get such a victim out of the cave.